this game ends up going the distance here, simply this game ends up... Alright, welcome to Overgrowth, ladies and gentlemen. We're spawning in the top right-hand corner, getting off to a very healthy macro start in game number 1, but then falling victim to a drop where he was simply not prepared, didn't react fast enough to it. Very abrupt end to the first game. Let's see if he can bounce back. Representing mYinsanity, it's Kane. And some call him the new King in the North. Currently 1-0 up in the best of 9 and the current incumbent King of the Hill. On the hot seat, ladies and gents, representing TeamLiquid.net, it's Bunny. So let's talk about the pros and cons of that last game. Bunny going for that Reaper opening anyway. On Vani Research Station, where it was so difficult to get any sort of purchase into the base of Kane. I feel like Kane defended brilliantly, and I really like the way he was using his queens to push that attack away initially as well. He was never in any danger of the Reapers going through to his natural expansion. It actually looked just really solid from the Zerg player. And Bunny, while sitting back and teching up, decided to load up a double drop as well. And really, that's the kind of routine drop that perhaps Kane, even if he didn't expect it, perhaps shouldn't have lost the game to, I want to say. So Kane is going to be kicking himself a little bit. Normally, drops like that do not cause a player of mYinsanity Kane's caliber to lose a game of StarCraft. But everyone has blips, and that's going to be one of those cases where he's just going to pick himself up and keep going. And that's exactly what he's going to do here. And also, in a best of 9, it matters a little bit less. Imagine if you had lost that game 1, guys, as the Zerg player, and you were in a situation where actually it was a best of 3, right? That admittedly is a big problem. Right now, though, a lot less so. They're going to be playing through all 7, potentially, of the map pool before actually choosing 2 more maps to complete the series on. And usually, I want to say Overgrowth is one of those maps. So you've got the gas completing, by the way, before the spawning pool here, but it isn't early enough that we have a super early Zergling speed coming out of Kane here. He's still quite a long way off 100 gas, as you can see. And this time around, we have a little bit of a difference as far as Bunny is concerned. We're not going to be going for the Reapers, by the way. We are actually mining from our refinery, but this isn't going to be a Reaper opening. We have the 2 Marines coming out of the barracks, being rallied to the natural, making sure the bunker goes down there nice and safe, and we're instead going to be using our gas for the a quicker factory here. So no doubt, if we see some Hellion play here, we'll be seeing a reactor with the next lot of 50 gas, there we go, being placed on this barracks. And 48 gas and 50 is going to suggest that that's exactly what's going to happen, and there goes the reactor for our Terran. In the meantime, the 3rd base has already been put down for mYinsanity's Kane. More Lings popping out, and right now he's not doing too much in the way of scouting, only now just sending a couple of Zerglings to back up those first few Overlords. He will spot that the natural expansion is down, but there's no gas taken on the right hand side yet. In fact, there's still only the 1 gas taken inside the main base, so nothing too much to worry about. Reactor is about to finish on the barracks, so we've started the 3rd command center for Bunny as well. So very solid, very stable opening at the moment coming out from our Terran player. And this is going to be supplemented by a starport. Now this tells me that this add-on is going to be a tech lab because of the positioning and moving the barracks back to be next to the starport. And that we're going to be seeing some Hellion Banshee play. So game number 2 is going to be following a conventional, another I should say, conventional Terran approach. We haven't got the Reapers this time around. So Kane perhaps hasn't seen the need to continuously rally too many more queens here yet. We've got 3 at the moment. And he's going to be reacting a bit differently to this as well. So he sees that there are no Reapers. The gas is being used for something else by the Terran player. We need some defensive resources here to make sure that we can comfortably survive into the mid-game. And straight away, as part of this potential wall-off at the natural expansion, we have the Baneling Nest go down for our Zerg. Now, the first 2 Hellions are going to get a slightly rude reception by these queens. They're not going to be able to stop that creep tumor from planting itself down. Just 3 queens versus 2 Hellions does not an equation make as far as our Terran player is concerned. And right on cue, we also happen to have the Banshees incoming as well. Oh, very, very nice scouting with the Overlord. And that means that Kane will also be able to spot that Cloak is on the way. Now that this Overlord has been killed off, will Bunny consider cancelling Cloak? Is that going to be something he wants to do here? We've got the Hellions moving out now to try and harass the third base. There are only 2 drones there, but look at how many Queens there are protecting this base. Very, very difficult situation for our Terran to actually get any damage done. But he hasn't lost anything yet either. Both players just kind of posturing around, waiting to see what the other's going to do. Kane being a little bit more reactive at the moment. He's getting 4 Spore Crawlers right now, anticipating the Banshee play, given the opening that he has seen. And we actually have an armory, by the way, guys, going down behind this as well. So that's tucked away inside the main base. Not currently seen, I believe, from Kane yet. No, actually hasn't been spotted. So this Banshee off to the right-hand side, well, it got spotted by the Overlord there, perhaps deciding to go somewhere else instead, potentially to try and rock up with the rest of this army and see if he can do some sort of full frontal assault. That looks like with the armory might be what he's preparing right now, because he's bringing this together. He will be able to maximize the DPS off this army. He's got 2 Banshees now. He'll be able to have Hellbats with these Hellions at any time he wants. And yep, there we go. There's the Hellbat transformation. And there are 3 Queens, but all of a sudden they're against 2 Cloaked Banshees and an awful lot of Hellbats as well. And I think Kane might be in a world of hurt here. As long as these units stay clumped up, they can deal so much damage. The Overseer is here to spot the Banshees, but where are the units to actually kill them off? The Queen's trying to focus one of them now, will successfully do that to one, but not the second. About half of the Hellbats that went to the right-hand side have been killed off now, but a lot of Lings have actually been sacrificed in the meantime, and there we go. Both Queens going down. Ooh, decent Baneling hits, but just look how many hit points those Hellbats actually have. They take quite a long time to die. There are no more drones mining at the third base location, but the hatchery still stands. Kane is going to be able to fend this off. He's currently down, though, 67 to 101 supply, and Bunny at the moment is just marking up like an absolute beast behind this. He's up to 62 workers versus 50 right now. Workers killed 7 versus 0. Definitely not an ideal situation at all, as another Banshee now coming in to harass Kane as much as he possibly can. Will he be able to get much done at the third? Well, at least a Spire is being seen as well. No, I think he knows that it's going to be very difficult to come back from this. So once again, Liquid Bunny winning with a constant pressure here, moving into the mid-game. And that's going to give him a 2-0 advantage over mYinsanity's Kane.